Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to a brand new episode of Be Here Now with J France Soul and Reggae Hour. I'm also really excited today because we come to you from our brand new studio space, which means we can now bring you some great guests within the music industry. And we have a fantastic guest booked in today. His name's Matt Hoy. He's the former singer of Ali Campbell's UB40. Matt has been on the road for many years with UB40, playing shows all over the world. He's got amazing experience within the music industry, and he's also a great lover of soul and reggae music. He's also a singer-songwriter in his own right, and he's also had albums out in the charts, and he's got a fantastic soul vocal. Matt's going to come on. We're going to have a little chat, and he's going to tell you some of his favorite reggae tunes and his favorite soul tunes and what they mean to him. So enjoy this episode, people, and of course, keep on keeping on.
Like the farmer said to the potato, I go and plant you, I wanna see you later.
Mr. Matt Hoy, formerly from UB40 featuring Ali Astro. And thank you very much for doing this, Matt. And it's a pleasure to have you on the show. And how's it going? You all right?
My absolute pleasure to be here, mate. Yeah, I'm really good. I'm enjoying the weather at the minute. It's nice and sunny. But yeah, positive. I'm working through life, and it's beginning to turn around for me. So I'm feeling really good at the minute. Yeah.
Cool, nice one. So on this show, what we do, it's called Be Here Now with J France Soul and Reggae Hour, and we look at the very best of soul music and reggae music. And obviously, can you just tell us a little bit about your introduction into reggae and soul music in general?
In general, my introduction to begin with primarily was always R&B and soul. Absolutely, from when I can remember, about 3, it was always the Motown, the soul, that kind of stuff. Even a little bit of Engelbert Humperdinck and Frank Sinatra and Tom Jones, that kind of vibe. But the old soul, I just absolutely adored Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, the Tamala Motown stuff, anything by Quincy Jones. But as I kind of started growing into myself and understanding music and getting my own playlist together and not my mother's playlist, I was into people like Janet Jackson, Luther Vandross, and Bobby Brown. As you will see, as they're kind of
definitely
my picks there, you know.
All right, cool. So because we're talking about soul music, then let's start with your first soul song.
Well, this song is called Super Lady, and it's by Luther Vandross. And the reason it's so precious to me, because it's one of the first songs I actually fell in love with. The introduction to it is just bass guitar, and it's by a bass guitarist called Marcus Miller, and it absolutely blew me away. And then the rest of it, when Luther drops in, then I heard it on the radio, and it made me want to go out and find out who this guy was and listen to the rest of his stuff. And I've been in love with Luther Vandross ever since. And I was lucky enough to my song "Strong" that I put out on my latest album. I was lucky enough to get Patricia Lacey on the backing vocals, who used to be backing vocalist for Luther Vandross.
Oh wow!
So it's come full circle. The circles have aligned again for us, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
So
man.
That's my first my soul choice. Yeah, Super Lady, Luther Vandross.
She's so fine. She's a super lady. She is too much. Wish I could make her mine. What a super lady. All right. She's so fine. Not long ago I was a sad and lonely boy. Did not know how to get better. Then heaven up above sent me a super love. And now I'm happy forever. No one wants to believe I've got a perfect love. They say I'm just talking crazy. But I can prove it's true if you'll allow me to tell you about my super lady. She's all that I could ask for. She's more than a dream. She's my everything. She's a super lady. She is too much. Oh, wish I could make her mine. Well. What a super lady. All right. She's so fine. She's a super lady. She is too much. Wish I could make her mine. What a super lady. All right. She's so fine. Whoever thought I would be feeling half this good? The world for me is a new place. I'll drink to happiness because our love's the best. The wine for me has a new taste. I let my lady know I'll never let her go. Forever I'm gonna hold on.
Okay, we're back with Matt Hoy, and we're talking about soul and reggae music today. And as you're aware, Matt was a singer with UB40, and we're now going to talk about his reggae influences and what got him into reggae as a genre in the first place. And so over to you, Matt.
Well, the thing is, I was, as we go on from the soul onto the reggae, I was always a soul boy, and I was quite. It was quite later in life that I was introduced to reggae. Before that, it was just all Bob Marley or UB40 that I kind of knew. So when I actually joined the band with Ali and became his backing singer, the whole world of reggae opened up to me. And I was shocked to discover how many different genres of reggae there is, like dancehall and lovers rock, and the whole thing blew me away. So it was like discovering a new form of music that I'd never discovered before. It was amazing. But what I love to do, because I love soul music so much, I like, with my own music, combining the two if I can. So it's like an R&B groove with the reggae tip on there as well. And the one person that always did that for me was Dennis Brown. He kind of had that Motown vibe going through the reggae tune. He's quite a British sound. But I just loved the way he was very Motown brass, and his voice was very Motown as well. But the track was I picked was "Lovers Found Its Way," and it just typifies what, for me, that kind of vibe and that style. The two mixed together.
Yeah, that's great, and a great description of that as well. Yeah, totally know what you mean there. With there's something about the reggae and the soul music that does marry nicely together as well. And
It's
also
like a jigsaw, two pieces just locking in. I love it. I mean, a lot of people would say that's what lovers rock is, but I think you can push the boundaries on it a little bit more as well. And that Dennis Brown, for me, he definitely did that with the production on it as well.
Okay, nice one. Would you like to just introduce this tune then, Matt, in a top of the pops kind of way?
This is Dennis Brown and Lovers Found Its Way.
Enjoy.
Oh, lady, let me stare in your mind. Love me so I took me serious.
All right, cool. So we're back here with Matt Hoy, and we're talking all things reggae and soul today. And Matt, we're on to your second soul choice. So
Yeah,
could you yeah, tell us a little bit about why you chose this song.
Well, my second soul choice is by a lady called Janet Jackson. It's easy for me to say, Janet
Yeah.
Jackson. She is my favourite female artist as well. Everybody, when I was young, everybody was mad on Michael Jackson, but I discovered Janet when I heard, oh God, the Control album, which was her first album.
Yeah.
I fell in love with it, and then I went to see her Rhythm Nation tour and fell in love with it even more, and then kind of started delving into who she worked with, and which was like Jam and Lewis and all them. They were kind of two producers that were from the time who used to work with Prince, and they just got this unique sound with Janet. She'd done some stuff previously, like years before. I mean, I think she'd even done a duet with Cliff Richard back in the day. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was, going down the route she wanted to go down, doing a duet with Cliff weren't the way. But when she got with Jam and Lewis, it all kind of turned round, and I absolutely fell in love with her. So I love Michael Jackson, but while everybody was really listening to Michael Jackson, I was in love with Janet Jackson, and I was in love with the music, the whole image. And I think at the time she kind of was in the shadow of him quite a lot, and people didn't appreciate her for what she actually was. And she's so immensely talented. And this song, when it first came out, the R&B groove on it blew me away. So this is Janet Jackson, and That's the Way Love Goes.
Like a
Okay, right. So we're back with Matt Hoy, and we're going to go back into the reggae section now. And Matt, what's your next choice?
My next choice is by a legend called John Holt, and it's a song called Help Me Make It Through the Night. I've had the privilege of meeting John Holt 3 or 4 times over my period of time with Ali Campbell and his UB40. John Holt was one of the most approachable singers and stars that I've ever had the fortune to meet. He was such a lovely man, and very quiet. His talking voice was very low but very gentle. But as soon as he started singing, it just sounded exactly like the record. It was phenomenal, And the last time I saw him, I was in Holland with Ali and Astro, and we were doing a concert with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, and there was Luciano, John Holt, and UB40 with Ali and Astro. Yeah. And when we were in the hotel in the morning, and I was with one of our guys from our crew, and John Holt came in with his grandson, and I just mentioned to him that the fact that I was thinking of doing a cover of one of his songs on my new record, my new album. Yeah. And he gave me his blessings. He was like, he just said, yeah, I appreciate it, which whenever you want to do. He said, yeah, I'll give you my blessings. That's a really kind thing. And so I was over the moon, Wow. What I mean? Yeah. So I still haven't done it yet. I've done it live, and I've done it on one of those, the recording things we used to do, the sessions while we were in COVID and in lockdown. I did it for that. Yeah. But I'm yet to do it on a recording, which I really need to do. But this is Help Me Make It Through the Night by John Holt.
Yeah, I do a lot of writing in my sleep.
Yeah, girls and boys.
When me and him was like 13, 14, just out there, looking for girlfriends and that. Yeah. You didn't have that record, right? Or if you never made that record, we never started a band. Yeah, truly. We got to a bar where that record is still playing every day, and it ran this. Every single day I walk in, and your voice is on in there, man. Yeah.
John Holt is so important, it's untrue. It was 1,000 Volts of Holt was the album that woke British people up to reggae, originally. That was the first reggae album to actually, chart properly in the top 10.
Take the ribbon from your hair, shake it loose and let it fall. soft upon mine, and tomorrow is out of sight. And it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night. Help me make it through the night.
We're back with Matt Hoy, and this time we're going to jump back on the soul train. And and what's your next one that we've got here, Matt?
The next one is Bobby Brown and Don't Be Cruel. I still am. I was when I was younger. I'm getting on a bit now. I was infatuated with Bobby Brown. He blew me away. I saw him at Birmingham NEC when I was about 12 or 13, and the whole show it was next level. I'd never seen anything. If you can imagine a soul and R&B show that was rock and roll, I went out with, like, if I had hairsprayed hair, it blew me away. Honestly, amazing. And he did all the stuff that the R&B singers used to do back in the day, and he had like a bunch of red roses, and he'd kind of peel them off and just give them to each girl in the audience. It was cheese, but it was just cool,
but done in the cool way. Oh,
it was amazing. And he was kind of from the same crew as Janet Jackson, in a sense, where his producers were Babyface and stuff like that, and it was like a 90s thing for me. It was that sound, that New Jack, Teddy Riley, Blackstreet, Bobby Brown. But Bobby Brown was one of the earliest. I think it was 89 when this album came out. But this is Bobby Brown and Don't Be Cruel. You won't be disappointed.
No, don't do the fact that I want you, Jackie. I want you more than human eyes can see. But your head start illin', try to make a killin'. Thought about the dollars I make and you were willing to be with me, Bobby B. But with a bad attitude, I can't compete. Now you know my name, now I know your game. You wanna be with me, you gotta be the same way that another girl would be. And if you wanna be.
But if you do see that rainbow as you're flowing down the river, sunny days will always follow you. Hey, now sweet, sweet Jamaican sky got me dancing up all night. Dancing until the morning light, dancing. Now sky got me dancing up all night. Yippee-yi-yay, I'm walking away. Yippee-yi-yay, I take it just as you are. I take it just as you are. Telling my girl I said that I wouldn't change nothing if I had to. I take it just as you are. You got that smile, you ain't never gonna lose it. You got that smile and you know how to use it. You got that smile. You got that.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you've been enjoying the show so far. Now, if you have been enjoying, please do head over to our social media pages at Facebook, Be Here Now with Jay France. Also, I'm on Instagram at JF Guitar. And also, we have a YouTube channel, Be Here Now with Jay France, where we've got exclusive behind the scenes footage and video vlogs with life on the road, and also some podcasts in a more of a long format interviews where we go more deeper and we go more in depth. Please do check out all them pages, send us a little message, drop us a little comment, and we love to hear from you. We are here with Mr. Matt Hoy, and the song choices have been really cool so far, and really interesting take on your soul and reggae influences and songs you just enjoy. So obviously, Matt, people know you as well with UB40 and playing the live shows and the touring, but some people might not know that you also are a songwriter and you're a solo artist in your own right. And just talk a little bit about this tune and kind of how it come about.
It was actually, I wrote it. There was a period when I was at UB40 with Ali Astro that we're constantly on social media. I get messages from the fans saying, when are you going to, have you got any original music yet? Do you have your own music? Can we listen to it? Where can we go? Have you got a CD? And there was nothing. I hadn't done anything. So at the point where I was kind of not bullied, but I just started doing some music just to not to stop the questions, but I just thought, well, I'll give it a go. And Happy was the first track I wrote, and I was still with the guys when I put that out. But there was a lot of I've suffered from mental illness, depression for a long time, and I do support that charity-wise as well. So I wanted to kind of write something that related to that. And Happy came along, and I wrote it literally in about 20-30 minutes. It just all of a sudden, just you write songs, once you get that one line, then the rest just
and it just kind of comes from somewhere else almost. Yeah,
it does. Yeah, it comes from outer space, and you're just like, yeah, there we go, line after line. And it was so lovely to record because everybody that listened to it just went, oh my God, I really relate to this. It's like really picking me up, the vibes. People were up, they were, it was bringing them down, and they were positive, and just the whole thing around it was great. And then so to record the video for it as well and get Astro involved with the rap and then be in the video as well, the privilege of that, it was just immense. And the whole day was amazing. The crew we had involved with it, I mean, we had Ricky Harnett, from Rise of the Foot Soldiers, the actor. He came in, he directed it. We had so many wonderful people from Mrs. Brown's Boys. We had Rusty Lee. We had, there was that many. I forgot them. There were just realms of people just willing to give me their time for 13, 14 hours during this whole day in this beautiful venue in Birmingham called a Canberra, which was very, it's like a metal zoo. It's like being in the middle of Africa. It was amazing. So it was just a real privilege to do. So this is called Happy, and it's by moi. Cheers, Stan. I'll put your name on the door. If you do call it a night, come in and have a dance. I was too short, mate.
We've got to stand up, rise up, do what we gotta do to make us happy. Before you turn away, before you close that door, listen to me. We all look for something that can turn our world
Ladies and gents, unfortunately, it is that time of the evening where it's last orders at Jay's Soul and Reggae Bar. But I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and it's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll do it all again next week. So thank you for tuning in. And also a massive thank you for our guest, Matt Hoy. And he chose some great tunes. Really enjoyed the song choices, and I hope you did too. So head over to Matt's social media and check out all of his social media pages. And I'll see you again next week. What's your last reggae song, Matt?
The last reggae one is a little closer to home for me. Is "Impossible Love" by UB40. The whole thing with that album, it was Labour of Love 2, I think it was 2. But it was my final years in secondary school. It was at the point where I think it was 1990, and UB40, the original lineup, were absolutely huge. You know what I mean? They were like global. They were absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And everybody in school, that was the album that everyone, I mean, I can still see it in my mind now, you know, the white cover with the artwork on it. All the tracks, you know, Homely Girl, Impossible Love, that whole album was just constantly played throughout my secondary school for about a whole year.
Oh,
you know,
wow. And
period.
this is like original UB40 tune as well, right? Because
no, this is a cover. I'm not too sure who sang the original. I know this is definitely a cover, but Impossible Love, it was so beautifully produced by UB40. It was so simplistic. Because there's hardly anything in it, but Ali's voice just really, he just nails the track. You know what I mean? For me, it's better than the original Ali's version.
Yeah. I think that's something they do very well, UB40, in terms of like taking cover versions of, you know, like Neil Diamond's Red Wine, and obviously we know the history of that, and we know what a monster hit that was, and it's like you're going to completely put his own stamp on it, and the voice is like there hasn't been a voice that distinct or unique in that genre for probably until now. I think
Ali's got one of the most unique British voices, period, you know, in general, to come out in the last 30 years. But this song in itself, I mean, the privilege of singing it with him live on stage as well, because he doesn't normally have any backing vocals on it. So I started doing some and he liked them, so he let me keep them in when we did it live. So it's literally one of my favourite UB40 songs ever, and this is Impossible Love.
When we were together, those were the happiest times in all my life. Wherever you may be, I hear my song. It may be you realize my love that you were wrong, 'cause I can't love another no matter